This video will show you how to log in and work through the training for each of the modules we will go through. So we've typed our information in here. We'll go ahead and get signed in to MindTap. We do need to click on our class, and then we will have to click on the Open Course button. This will bring us to our outline view, where we will see the list of activities that we have to choose from. We are going to be working in Word Module 4 to begin with. This is the textbook that I talked with you about in the previous document that you should have read. And so currently we are going to click on this Word Module 4 SAM training. And when that gets opened up, it'll be a little introduction screen here, and you can read through this. It just gives you some basic information that there will be an observe, practice, and apply. To complete the task, you will have to do the apply mode and complete that step using the apply mode. And you'll see there's a due date here, but we are not going by those due dates that are listed in SAM. We are going by the due dates that are listed on the assignment schedule. So we'll just push the start button to get started. And this does take just a little bit to open up our tasks that we have here. On the top left-hand corner, you will see a task 1 of 25 shown there. If you click the 3 bars, menu bar there, you will see the 25 tasks are listed there for you, so you can get an idea of what each task will be asking you to perform. You can just go ahead and click on the X to come back to your first task. In the first task, you will start with what's called an intro. The intro is just this little gray box here that tells you you are going to be adding a paragraph. You're going to format a paragraph border for this particular task. So this is the introduction part, and if you are using a Mac, there is this Office for Mac information here that might be helpful for you to read through. When you get to the Observe tab, you will have to go ahead and click the play icon here.
Click in the paragraph surrounded by the box border. In the paragraph group on the ribbon, click the Borders arrow. In the Borders gallery, click Borders and Shading. The Borders and Shading dialog box opens. In the Borders and Shading dialog box, in the Style section, click the first double line style. The border in the preview changes to the double line style. Click the color arrow. If you do not select a color, the default border color will be black. In the Theme Colors section of the Color Gallery, click the blue Accent 6 option. The border in the preview changes to the color you selected. Click the Width arrow. In the Width gallery, click the 2 1/4 point option. The border in the preview changes to the width you selected. Click OK. Word formats the paragraph border with style, color, and width you specified.
So that completes the first task and or the first observation of the task. So as you can see, it is read for you, it is done all for you, you just sit back and watch. The next thing that you can do is go to the practice mode. The practice mode will have you click the play button again. It will be the exact same thing that you just saw. It will give you the screen hints that you saw, but you are actually going to be running the mouse and going through the steps yourself. So I'm going to skip showing that one to you right now, and we'll go ahead and go to the apply mode. When you enter the apply mode, you will get this gray task box that pops up. Again, you can move this if you need to, if it is in your way. And once you have a screen that's bigger to work with than what I'm working with, it should not be in the way so much. So in the directions down here, it just says to format the box border around the paragraph, starting with please and ending with September 30th. Use the double thin solid line style and select the color blue accent 6 and a width of 2.14. So that is what 2 1/4 points. And so that's what we just saw them do. So if you scroll down here, your insertion point is typically in the location that it needs to be. But if it's not, you can always click, just make sure you're where you need to be. And then to add our border, we can come up here to our borders. I had to move that out of the way. We have to come to our borders and shading, and then we will see that we have the options here like we just saw. And so we're going to scroll down until we find that first double line. We'll choose the blue and we'll change our width to the 2 1/4. Then when we click OK, it will tell us that our task has been completed, the apply step has been done. It will then take you right on to task 2. And here's where I want to tell you, you can always stop and start your trainings. If I had to exit out now, I'll show you how to exit here in just a little bit, but once you come back in, it will always start you with task 1 again. So this is where you will open up to. So you'll notice it says task 1, but if you have already completed some of the steps, you can click on your menu button and you will see that step 1 or task 1 has that green check mark by it. That will let you know that that task has been completed, and the ones that do not have a check mark by them are the ones that still need to be completed. Okay, so once you are ready to, once you have finished all of your tasks, you will want to click this green submit button up here. And if you have completed all the tasks, it will give you a same message here that you have completed all the tasks. And here it's telling me that I have not completed them all because I did not. But I'm going to go ahead and continue anyway. And it tells me that I have completed 1 of 25. That's fine. I'm just going to close out and I'll have to come back to that later and continue working on that. So that is how you would do your training. And again, you have to complete all of those apply steps to earn the credit for doing that particular step. I've come back into our training and I'm at task 2. But I wanted to also let you know that you do not have to go through the intro, observe, and practice steps of this training. You can always click straight to the apply task and attempt to do that on your own. If for some reason you are struggling to complete the task, I always say it's a good idea just to go one step back. So you could go back to that practice, watch it, see where you need to click and get some helpful hints from that, hopefully, and then you'll go ahead and be able to do the apply. But don't feel like you have to watch all 3 of those. I know this is a short class period for us in just these 8 weeks with a lot of material to cover. So if you are able just to go to the apply and complete that step, that is what I would suggest that you do. So hopefully this has helped cover any of the questions you might have with doing your training, and hopefully this will be very beneficial for you as you work through this first few trainings that you have to do.